Action. Alright, it's been about a couple of hours. Video should be finished rendering and uploaded to YouTube. Let's check the League website to see if there's anything new. Patch notes, hex crafting Q&A, and a Shen Rework in one day? Are you kidding me?
This week in the League of Legends, we have Jhin the Virtuoso Man! All this and more on the Spazda Gaming web show.
Yo dogs, this is Water Elemental getting crunk up in here.
And this is Axis, and we're here today to talk about the League of Legends. This is an ongoing show where we talk a little bit about everyone's favorite MOBA-style battle game.
We have these plans to make things unique, and then you just make me sound like an ass.
And this week we're talking about Jhin the Virtuoso. This is a new champion that's been teased for quite a while, and now we're talking about his abilities and skills. His first ability is his passive. It's called Whisperer. No, just Whisper. I apologize. Jhin's gun, Whisper, chambers 4 shots, and the last of which will always crit and apply extra damage based on a portion of the target's missing health. After firing all 4 shots, he'll take a moment to reload. His critical strikes will deal less than normal, and his attack speed doesn't scale with attack speed. Instead, Jhin gains attack damage from any attack speed and crit chance he earns through itemization and runes, while crits give him a burst of movement speed and his attack speed. His first basic ability is Dancing Grenade. Jhin will throw a canister to a nearby enemy. After landing, the canister will bounce to up to 4 times to nearby enemies. Killing an enemy with Dancing Grenade causes the following bounces to do more damage. His W ability, Deadly Flourish, has a passive that whenever a champion has been struck by his basic attacks or captive audience or any ally damage will leave them marked for a few seconds. When Jhin activates this ability, he will fire a massively long-range shot that will deal damage to all enemy minions and the first enemy champion in a target direction. If the enemy champion he strikes has already been marked, they're briefly rooted, and Jhin will gain a burst of movement speed. His final basic ability, Captive Audience, Jhin will place a place on the ground, which is a trap, and it'll turn invisible after arming. Any enemy champions that walk over the trap will trigger it and reveal them and mark them with Deadly Flourish while creating a slow zone. After a brief pause, the slow zone will detonate and deal damage to all enemies inside. His final ability is called Curtan Call. Jhin fully assembles his weapon before taking aim in a target direction. It will reveal all marked targets in a huge area. He can then fire 4 rounds that stop at the first enemy champion struck, and slow them and deal damage based on their missing health. Jin's 4th and final shot with Curtain Call deals incredible amounts of damage, and is guaranteed to crit.
Interesting. They of course went with the
Graves hybrid.
Yeah. I'm glad that they brought back the reloading mechanic that they had with Graves, but everybody's been joking that this character of course has an ability that causes 4 shots, and then, something happens, because, 3 and 3 auto attacks.
It's thematic.
Yeah.
I like the idea of this character. Practically speaking, he's a little bit too reliant on getting a move speed burst to get away. I feel like he runs into the situation where Jinx is sometimes, where if she gets ganked a lot, she's garbage.
Yes.
And while Jinx is really good win rate right now, it's mainly because she isn't focused down, because she has that really nice easy getaway trap, and if she fights and wins, she gets away. This guy doesn't have that. If he fights and wins, he's still vulnerable. If they juke his trap, he's SOL.
Yeah, he really doesn't have any combat tricks or anything to get him out of combat.
And he doesn't have a lot of on-demand burst either.
No, he's going to be a sustained, very pokey character. He's going to be kind of like Varus, where he's going to be in lane, he's going to be using his passive to kind of, minion, support or AD carry, minion, support or AD carry, and he's going to be stacking a lot of attack damage front end, because depending on the numbers for his passive, he's only going to get attack speed and stuff through critting, and critting itself doesn't really deal damage, so it's going to be interesting. He does have a lot of poke, though. His his W's range is almost the size of...
It's pretty crazy. I love Curtain Call. I like half of his kit. I don't like the second half. I feel like the bouncing grenade is kind of out of place.
Yeah.
I mean, I get it. It's a good lane clear, but Deadly Flourish basically is going to be you Deadly Flourish a creep wave, and then you throw a grenade at him, and then you walk away.
Yeah. You get him weak, and then let the grenade deal the extra damage.
Which is cool. I like the combo aspect of that, but they feel like somewhat lazy farm tools.
Yeah.
Instead of his grenade, I would have preferred something a little bit more interesting, like maybe it only bounces to certain types of units or certainly damaged units. Like, that bouncing grenade reminds me kind of Medusa's Mystic Snake.
Oh, yes.
If you're unfamiliar, Mystic Snake on Medusa, she fires this projectile and it bounces to near my units and then comes back to her. It deals damage to the first unit and steals some mana, and then it bounces. Every time it bounces, it deals slightly more damage. So this really cool idea of sort of bouncing it through the minions and then hitting a champion or hero in Dota and stealing a lot of HP. Well, you don't steal the HP, you just steal the damage, but then you steal a lot of mana back. So I like the idea of tossing a grenade, maybe killing 2 units, and then bouncing onto the champ for good damage. I like that idea. I don't know how practical it's going to be.
Right. Yeah, I definitely agree with you on the theme. He seems like a character that's definitely all guns and traps, and then just a grenade, and it's just like, oh, that's kind of out of place. But I think they're just trying to add this kind of mechanic and didn't know a good way to do it with this character. Yeah, his ult, though, it's very interesting.
Cool.
Yeah, he feels like a hybrid between a Varus and old Xerath. So you kind of have this thing where he's going to do a lot of either sitting in the bush or sitting in the middle of the lane, and he's going to be sniping and doing a lot of like far away projectiles and stuff. And he's going to be doing a very good job of zoning out a lot of the closer range marksmen like Quinn and Vayne until they get up close. You can throw the trap down in the bush, slow them down, and then hit him down. And he has vision, so he's going to be able to go blat blat. Thematically, what do you think of the character? His character model now that we see the full thing.
It's a little edgy. It's got sort of that tuxedo mask thing going for him.
Wasn't expecting the poncho.
Well, you know, it's cold. It's rainy.
Yeah.
You gotta put something on.
I'm interested to see what his lore is going to be. They said that his voice acting is going to be very cool, but we only heard a small sample of it, and I wasn't impressed yet. But if he's going to be like this very suave, very kind of like maniacal, like assassin, I would be interested to see it, because one of my favorite characters from BioShock is I forgot his name totally. He's the guy who plays the piano and you have to do the tasks for him. He's Sandra Cohen. Sandra Cohen is creepy because he's like he cares more about the art and killing people in his art style than he is about anything else. And a character like that would be really cool.
I see where this road ends. I've never played BioShock.
What?
Never.
Huh.
Yeah, I guess that's interesting. He reminds me of a weird man in a mask. You ever run into one of those? Now, thematically, he's sort of similar to the Phantom of the Opera.
Yeah.
With sort of the flowing outfit, the very deliberate movement. The sort of I murder people for style is almost reminiscent to like Seven.
Yeah.
But again, gotta hear the voice acting, gotta get the full breakdown of his lore. We've only got a piece of it right now.
I want to know why he was targeting certain characters and what significance they have.
Yeah. Leave Demacia Man alone.
Demacia Man. Sona Man, no!
Now Fiddlesticks isn't the only character wearing a poncho anymore. So that's good.
Doesn't he wear a bag most of the time and then he has the skin with the poncho?
Listen.
No, Yasuo wears a poncho in his skin too.
Oh, that's right. Okay.
3 ponchos.
Can we make a poncho 5-man skin then? It's the poncho team.
3 musketeers.
Absolutely. Aren't there only... How many musketeer skins are there? There's like 2. It's TF, Fiora, and...
TF and Fiora.
I think that's it.
2 musketeers?
That's right. Oh, God. No. Misfortune has one.
Oh.
There you have it, folks. There you have it. But yeah, we'll have more information on his lore and how he plays. For now, interesting. I like a lot of his skills. Don't like his passive.
Better than some indie carry passives like Jinx and her runaway where it's more situational than it is.
Or Varus' passive where it's absolutely garbage. Hey, after the fight, you get an attack speed buff.
Woo!
Oh.
Neat. I can attack those minions good.
It's actually haram, is what it is. Yeah, keep an eye out. But that's really it. Unfortunately, guys, again, this is all they've got. They've got a 6.1 patch, which we'll get some balancing out. We'll talk about that next week. So
LCS starts tomorrow, actually.
Oh my gosh.
So we can talk about that next week. And
We'll have plenty to go over, and we'll have some ratings on our new man, our new dude. So come back to us. In the meantime, we're going to move on to our own section here. Our question this week comes from the man.
The dude.
The dude 227. Is it actually 227? Or is this just
It just says the dude in the email. I'm sorry, the dude.
I just like adding numbers to things. This is a problem. He asks, with LCS starting here in January, are there any particular teams that you're looking forward to joining? Or are you guys looking forward to more challenger teams?
Well,
I'm definitely looking forward to Alliance. I think they've really got a shot this year.
with the teams, we already got the classics. We got TSM, we got Cloud9, Dignitas. We got some new teams. We got Echo Fox, NRG Esports, Immortals, Renegades, and a lot in ELS and stuff. So I don't know. TSM's going to be a lot different now that we don't have Darius, but he, has played his part. He is kind of he's seen this season since season 1. So
yeah, I don't know. American teams need to pull their pants up.
yeah, we
Stop getting spanked.
Yeah, Cloud9 got swamped early game. They should have had that victory, but they choked. And you never know. These new teams might give a run for their money because we don't know how NRG or Echo or Immortals are going to play. So.
It could be the new Titan. Who knows? Challenger teams. I don't know how this is going to work this year, if we're going to get any that are actually good that come out of it.
Yeah.
Some of these sponsored teams definitely look promising. But again, I'm rooting for Alliance.
Bob Ross fan club. Have you heard of them?
No.
Oh, that's Heroes of the Storm team. Never mind. Yeah, they are a non-sponsored team that won a Heroes of the Storm tournament, and literally their team is just Bob Ross's low face. And I'm like, I don't know how they got away with it, but they're
pays to low. That was supposed to be a story.
Once upon a time,
people will leave you alone if you do that.
On the wrong side of the tracks, I haven't
done a joke like that in years. Those are some old memes, folks.
If you've been listening to us since that, email me and I'll get you some right points because those were some hard times. I'm serious though. If you've been listening to us for a very long time, please.
We'll send you some old World of Warcraft trading cards.
I'll sign a picture of Axis's face and I'll kiss it.
Ooh.
Love Water Elemental with Axis's face. We love questions. We try to do about 2 every week. We'll do more, we'll do less, depending on the news. But we love questions. You can send them to our email. You can post them on our Facebook, Twitter.
What is our email, by the way?
spastigaming@gmail.com. And, Facebook, Twitter, websites, comment section down below, or wherever you see those.
Where can they find our Twitter, Facebook, and website?
In the comments down below.
Not in the comments.
This is why I don't do things.
This is in the information box.
We have a page.
What is our Patreon?
Patreon.com/spasticgaming. Please don't hurt me.
What do they get if they donate to Patreon?
They can get really cool stuff, like they get exclusive content when we have enough backers to reach that milestone, as well as awesome updates when we hit those milestones.
Cool. What has been Axis?
And Water Elemental. No. Oh no. Please don't. No.